If you're watching this, then it means that you have been running into troubles trying to get eNSP up and running on a modern installation of Windows. Well, I present to you my ultimate solution to getting eNSP running. It should work quite well from 2025 onwards. And the problem that we are addressing here is that eNSP has not been updated in many years. This has led to quite a few challenges for us. Newer versions of Windows 10 require us to install an updated version of VirtualBox, bringing it up to version 5.2.44, which is still an old version. Compounding the Windows 10 problem is that Microsoft does drop support for Windows 10 in October 2025. And unless you are paying for extended enterprise support, which chances are you're not, you're going to have a pretty tough time running eNSP. And then with Windows 11, we have to go and turn off features just to get eNSP to work. And since Windows 11 24H2, there have been major changes that Microsoft has made to Windows 11 that has just made it incompatible with eNSP. We're unable to run it smoothly now. We could sit and try and find out a solution, but it's just a matter of time before another problem comes along. So my solution for you guys is we're going to look at running eNSP inside of a VM. So firstly, I'm going to run eNSP version 1.2 in a VM. The reason being, this is a bit of an older version, and it'll work quite well in a Windows 7 Service Pack 1 VM. Now, my reasoning for both of these is that we're going to have to go for an older version of Windows regardless. If we try to keep running Windows 11, we're just going to keep running into newer and newer problems. Never mind whatever Microsoft brings after Windows 11. Whereas Windows 7 was around when eNSP first came out. Add to that, Windows 7 being compatible with eNSP is also one of the lighter weight running ones. I could have used Windows 8 or 8.1 or Windows 10, but they're a bit more resource hungry. And if we're going to run a VM, the guest operating system is going to be a little bit consuming, so I'd rather have as much memory available in the VM for whatever you're up to. So Windows 7 does run leaner for what we're up to. My only concern for you is security. So please do not let this thing go online unless you are prepared for the risk of malware or something else horrible happening to you. Now, in order to run this, you're going to need to install Oracle VirtualBox Manager version 7.0.22 or newer, and also add the extension pack as well. The reason being is that's the version of VirtualBox that I used to create this VM, and I had the extension packs installed when I did this. You also want to make sure that you've got a multi-core CPU, which is not difficult to achieve nowadays, and 4 GB or more of RAM. Now, in terms of setting up the VM for yourself, I've gone and done the hard work for you. You just need to download it from me and import it into your VirtualBox installation. The link to download it is in the description of this video. Now, the VM's initial settings that I've built it with, that you'll see when you import it, will have one CPU core allocated to it. It'll have 4 GB of RAM allocated. It'll have a 100 GB VDI, virtual hard disk drive, set to dynamically expand, so it'll only use up physical storage space as it needs to. And I've set the virtual network card to not be attached. These are the initial settings. You can adjust them accordingly. Ideally, you want to give between 2 and 4 CPU cores. If you've got more cores on your computer, then it's up to you. But always keep 1 or 2 cores set aside for your host computer operating system, the operating system you're using right now. The RAM can be adjusted up or down. If you need to, bring it down to 2 GB. You'll still be able to run the virtual machine and the eNSP inside of it, but you won't have as much memory to play with. Preferably try and bring it above 4 GB of RAM. If you can allocate it between 6 and 8, you'll be having a good time. Just always make sure though that you keep 2 GB of RAM aside for your host operating system when you're allocating more to your virtual machine. The storage, don't worry about that. You can always add an extra VDI if you need to. And the virtual network card, if you want to change that, you can, but I discourage it due to the security risk. Let me show you how to import it and show to you how to use the eNSP app that I've installed in it for you. So first you'll have to have gone and installed VirtualBox and the extension pack. I've already got that, so I'm just going to open it. And you'll just have to say File, Import. Then you go and browse for the OVA file you download from me. Once you've loaded the OVA file, you say Next, Finish. Then you wait for the import to take place. I'll fast forward this bit to save your sanity. Okay, there we go. Now I can right click on my VM and say settings. And to adjust the resources, we go to the system tab. You can adjust the RAM. Whatever amount of RAM your computer has, take away 2 gigabytes for the host computer, and then you can allocate as much as you like then. I've got plenty to work with, so I can easily allocate 8 gigabytes of RAM or even more, and I'm still good to go. Processor wise, you can allocate more processing power. Obviously keep aside a core or two for the host. I'm going to bump it up to 4. Say OK, and then start it up. Of course, it opens on the wrong screen. There we have it. Let's just go full screen. Let me show you how I do that. View full screen mode. Right Control and F to get out of full screen mode, and the toolbar is at the bottom of the screen if you want to change it. Now to launch eNSP, just double click it. It'll always ask for admin rights, so just say yes. I've done all the setup, it's ready to rock and roll. Just have to create a new topology, bring a device in, start it. And there we have a working router running in eNSP. It's not a perfect solution, it is resource hungry, but I can guarantee you this will work for many years going forward. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you.